Hello and welcome, you join me, ADG, and here we are on NxtGen Racing's Ginetta GT4 Championship. This is round 4 and we're on South Africa's Kyalami circuit. So this is my fastest time in qualifying. Qualifying ended up being wet. The unique nature of this game means that you can set up a dry qualifying session and practice session, race session, and then put dynamic weather on, and obviously the weather can change. So this time round we had a wet qualifying session for the first race, 2 races this week, 25 minutes long each race. There you go, see me flashing my lights, just trying to get past this guy, trying to get a fast lap in. This felt like a good lap, or as good as I was going to put together in the rain. So I needed to get past that guy, luckily he complied. Do apologise, you can hear a few little comments from me whilst I was actually recording. My girlfriend that keeps sitting up, she never used to watch my racing, but she keeps sitting up with me and actually watching a bit now, so I keep talking to her whilst I'm racing. So I do apologise, that's why you hear me talking. So we're away on this lap. It looks incredibly slow, just trying to keep it under control. Heavy braking into here, need to get it nice and clean, get it turned in nice and early, slow as you like. Like I said, this ended up putting me in 3rd position. I was currently in 9th setting this lap, but this lap put me into 3rd. Doesn't look great, but considering it was wet and I've never driven around here in the wet, it was a little tricky. We're towards the last corner now. Try and hook up that apex quite late so you can get a straighter exit, especially in the rain. And there we go, to cross the line and put it in 3rd position in the end. Now we jump to the qualifying positions there. RV Motorsport in 1st, Beam Flicker in 2nd, ADG in 3rd, NxtGen Ultra in 4th, an old man in 5th, I think it is, GT Jelly B in 7th, Nallipop in 8th, I can't read these names, too small, and actually got full screen. Right, I need to work out how you do that. How do I full screen it? Anyway, that's for me to worry about. Right, so we are jumping into the race, about to get underway. I've cut this down a little bit here and there just to make it a little bit shorter, so you're not sat there watching.
So locked, so you can't do anything.
Oh, you could hear me commenting then when I actually recorded it that I thought my pedals weren't working because it wouldn't let me actually start up the car or anything, so I panicked for a second and then all of a sudden it did. Right, so just trying to get some kind of formation going into the start-finish straight. There's all sorts going on, everyone messing about. Doesn't really matter until we get to this point now. So you've got to keep your speed under 43 miles an hour. Quite tricky to do, quite sensitive that old throttle when you're cruising like this. About 42 miles an hour I think I had it then when I got underway. Not the best start if you look behind as well, but one car behind just on my bumper. Just about managed to get in front of him to not have to worry about him. And then I got deep to try and go around the outside. So I actually managed to make up a position there, but trying to keep it narrow and give him room, I cut over the curb, ended up going off track, came back on as neatly as I possibly could where no one should have been, because I was right on the inside on the left hand side there, and everyone should be sweeping out to the right hand side to go wide to get turned into that apex. So I felt like that was a safe way of coming back on. People might have disagreed, I'm not sure, but I felt like I did a reasonable job of coming back on without disturbing anyone else there. So after that little bit of an incident, after getting excited after getting an overtake, I end up making a mistake straight after, instantly. I'm in 4th place now, chasing an old man. Front, we've got a battle for the lead side by side through there. RV Motorsport just managing to keep ahead of Beam Flicker by the look of it. Fast left-hander, great corner, great section of track is this, especially in the dry. Really fast. Good heavy braking zone into here, which I outbroke myself into and went a little bit deep, as you can see. Lost a little bit of time on an old man in front there, and GT Deliby's now behind me. I know GT Deliby really well, good friend, and I know he's no slouch, so I panicked a little bit once I saw he was behind me. Not panicked, but I always think, hey up, alright, gonna have a challenge on my hands here. Just trying to find some kind of rhythm. Got the first lap over and done with. Bit of a mistake through this section first time round. Not this time. Nearly got caught out by the guy in front. Seemed to brake really heavily into there and go slow. Maybe it was beam flicker in front of him that had a bit of an issue. Slowed him down, but seemed to nearly go into the back of him all of a sudden. And was not expecting to close up that quickly. Trying to hug the apex there. So watch Del here. Del gets close behind. That guy just has a little moment, misses the apex. I just managed to open it up and dive down the inside, take third back off him. So an old man drops into fourth. Beam Flicker still in second, RV Motorsport in first. And Del looking to get past an old man now and try and get into fourth. But this race was awesome. Got to be said, I really enjoyed this one. Brilliant stuff. It wasn't the cleanest of races, and you will see. It had its moments, but wasn't the best result really, considering where I qualified. But it was certainly entertaining, put it that way. Trying my best to keep with Beam Flicker in front, pull a gap to Deli behind. Deli's now got past an old man into fourth, so he's still chasing me. RV Motorsport just getting a nice lead going now as well. Pulled away from Beam Flicker, got a good couple of seconds over him. So this is what I wanted. I hadn't really, although I've done 2 weeks worth of league racing and 3 races altogether before I got into this race, that is. I've had some really good races personally, but I haven't actually had that much action or that much to deal with. Anyway, there's a bit of a moment here from Deli. I cut the audio because I want to be diplomatic and you don't want to hear what I said. But Deli tapping me through that section there, and I did quite well to catch it. I felt like at the time. Yeah, I go just talk over that. Anyway, like I say, a good friend of mine, Deli. Heat of the moment, I ended up effing and jeffing a little bit, but got away with it. No big drama in the end. Luckily, I did manage to save it. Back on concentration mode on Beam Flicker's bumper. After Deli's give me a little bit of panic to worry about. Something to worry about. Moment of panic. Get back into the rhythm again. Deli's close here though, so I can't make any mistakes. Got to try and make it work quite quickly and get past Beam Flicker here. Otherwise, Deli will be putting the pressure on even more. Deli beat. Those that might be wondering who I'm on about. The guy in 4th place behind me. Good exit out of there. This is where I have a little incident. Watch this. So get a good run out of there. Get side by side with Beam Flicker. Just decides to not see me, or I'm not sure exactly what happened there with him, but just.
I'm not there, am I?
So actually at the time. That was my reaction. I felt like I handled it pretty well, kept calm, and I just got going again. But yeah, it felt like that was a bit unfair. It felt like there was enough space for both of us to try and go through that corner. I wasn't actually going for an overtake, I just had a run from the corner before, so I wanted to try and put him under some pressure into the next corner, so he had to take the inside line and take the defensive line, if you like. I wasn't really going to try and overtake around the outside, just wanted to force a little bit of pressure. Anyway, get going again from 13th place, get a nice fast overtake done to get myself back up into 12th, and we'll try and forget about that issue and get ourselves back into this race now. Guys ahead, you can see 3 cars ahead, so there is cars to chase, but I've just got to catch them up now. But this is what we're good about this race, it had a bit of everything. So I was in 3rd position, got, I feel, unfairly knocked off track there by Beam Flicker, and now found myself in 13th when I got going again, now in 12th. But I like this kind of thing, and believe me, I was a bit worked up from that one, so I was driving more aggressively, put it that way. 2 spinners there, so that's 2 free positions. I'm not sure exactly who that was. It was Mamster by the look of it and Schneid Roger or something. So I think it was those 2. Looks like they had a bit of a coming together on the exit of the last corner, and both unfortunately found themselves facing the wrong way. So works out well for me. 2 positions just given to me through that. And now I am catching up these guys in front as well. Didn't feel like I was driving very well, really. I kept making mistakes all over the place. But all in all, I kept it on track as best I could. There was a few incidents. Is not yet over either, there's plenty to come. Just took a bit of an odd line. I don't know why I even took that line, but I had a feeling that guy was watching me, so I felt like if I did something a bit strange I might put him off, and it actually worked. I did take a very odd line, kind of expecting him to make a mistake, and I don't know why, I felt like he was going to, and he did. So I don't know, I guess that's kind of a sixth sense that you kind of build up from racing for a long time, but it was weird. I kind of just had a feeling he was going to do something weird, and he did. I made sure I had a line so I didn't get involved at all. So there we go, we're up into 9th now, so chasing our way back into this race. Got a bit of work to do to catch Lager, let's call him Lager Danny for the interest of the video. NxtGen Lager Danny in 8th. Trying to catch him now. Just ahead, you can see 2 cars. I'm not sure if they've just had a little incident. I'm not sure exactly what goes on in these races, because there's no like full replay where you can overview everyone's race and check out everyone's different views and everything. So you kind of got to just work it out as you're driving around, really. And yeah, it seems to me like we've just caught up to 2 more guys in front, both me and Lager Danny. Trying to keep it going, keep the pace going, try and get some decent laps in. Now I'm driving around pretty much on my own, no big drama in front or behind me to worry about at the moment. That's Dangly Balls with a little problem through that little sector, so he's been caught now by Lager Danny. we are now both looking at getting an overtake done on dangly balls, potentially. Dan's first race worth mentioning this week. It's actually called Turner, but yeah, his first race this week. So he did well, holding his own in 7th position at the moment. Not easy. Not easy this game. Driving these cars is not easy. They move around a lot. I really enjoy it, but I can see how it's difficult. I've had a bit of experience in this car now, but just jumping in it and giving it a go is not easy, believe me. A little issue with that corner. I kept hitting too much apex, like going too close to the apex.
We are halfway through, keep it up.
Bit of an incident there from Dan, lost it himself through there, just got the line wrong. He did pull over fairly to make sure that there was no problems with anyone else on track, but I fear that he pulled over a little bit too fairly and he's dropped right off the back of us because of that. So although he did the right thing by making sure that he didn't get in the way, he could have done it in a little bit of a faster way to keep himself kind of in the hunt. That's the way it goes sometimes in racing. It didn't even look like a big mistake, just got the line slightly wrong through that fast left right bit. Blind like kind of chicane in a way, I guess. Anyway, on to lap 7, sorry, just about to complete lap 6. Streaming as best I can on Lagadane, trying to catch him up. He was doing well, setting good laps, couldn't really min. Certain sections like this, look, I caught him through that first corner right up to his rear bumper all of a sudden. I just couldn't quite get the overtake done. Couldn't quite find the line into there to get anything to work for me. So just sat in behind him again. Felt close enough this time round to maybe have a look down the inside, but didn't feel like I could get it done, so backed out. Held the line nicely, did Liger, didn't let me intimidate him. So yeah, just looking for any little opportunity now, bumper to bumper. Still catching the guy in front as well, so it's not the end of the world if I don't get the overtake done. That's what I keep thinking as well, as I see these cars appear in front of us and realise that we're actually driving at a reasonable pace and we're catching the guys in front. Keeps my faith, and I think, I don't have to overtake him quite yet, I suppose, and just use him to slipstream up to the next guy. Bye. Really like that corner, it's a really good corner, good braking point into it, really fun. This track is good, I really enjoy it. Took the sausage curve too much, so all that hard work of catching Danny up has all of a sudden been wasted by a tiny little mistake from myself, cutting too much curb over that fast right hander, hit the sausage and just bounced me over to the left hand side of the track into the gravel. So now I've got to do all that work again and try and catch these guys up. Luckily, Danny is now kind of on the back of NxtGen Ultra it is. So he's actually possibly going to start getting slowed down in a minute, which works in my favour. Gives me a chance to catch up again. Yeah, I felt like get my words out. I felt like this was a good race this week. It was really fun. I really enjoyed this racing on this game, and this week was probably the best yet because it was just non-stop action pretty much. Second race was pretty good as well. So in the actual race itself we have 8.5 minutes left. So not too long, roughly about another 4 or 5 laps. The sausage again that time, but not quite as badly, and had the car loaded up a little bit more, so it was a bit more stable when I did so. You can see the guys in front kind of battling, defending against each other, taking different lines. Not quite getting any overtakes done, but certainly challenging each other, and they're aware of each other, slowing themselves down hopefully, and allowing me to get back into this now. Slowly but surely, I feel like I'm closing that gap. So yeah, reflecting back on the beginning of this race, I had quite a few issues, a few self-made problems and a few bits of contact from other people as well that made this one certainly an interesting race, and it made it a good, I've got to be honest, I do like obviously getting good results, but I do like a good comeback race as well when you end up dropping back a long way and then having to come back through the field. It's really enjoyable. And it's satisfying catching the guys in front slowly but surely. It's really satisfying just keeping that slight consistency, not the best of consistency in this one. Don't feel like I drove very well, like I mentioned earlier. Mistakes all the time, like there, just a little mistake going a little bit deep, getting the rear end sliding a little bit. Constant little things all over the place.
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best.
So we've got another car now to try and close in on. An old man is now ahead of NxtGen Ultra, which is ahead of Ginetta, which is ahead of me. So a little issue there as well from an old man. Has a little moment on the grass by the look of it. Puff of smoke from the, or puff of dirt as he ran wide. So I'm guessing he touched the grass, lost a bit of momentum and lost 2 places. Ultra and Ginetta getting through. Unfortunately I wasn't close enough to make any kind of advantage from it. I now have the chance to put a little bit of pressure on the suffering by the look of it. So he just loses it on the curb on the exit. I was close to catching his rear end there as well, so lucky that I got away with that. And then up front as well we've got Ultra going off, getting himself back on track. I felt like I should have maybe had a chance. I tried as best I could, but I couldn't get anything out of his mistake there. So I had to just settle back in behind him and try again into the next couple of corners. Holds the inside line, defends it nicely.
Car on the left.
And then he actually opens this one up a little bit. This is where I think I made a bit of a mistake.
Clear on the left.
I ended up getting hit there, but I think he ended up waiting for me, to be fair to him. So complete credit to NxtGen Ultra. He ended up waiting for me because he obviously felt like he'd done me wrong there and spun me, but I feel like I could have given him a little bit more room as well. I feel like that one was a little bit 50-50. I wasn't sure at the time that was his mistake, but now I've watched it back a few times, I think it was like kind of 50-50. I could have given him a little bit more room and he could have given me a little bit more room and we would have been absolutely fine, but ended up spinning me into the barrier. So I've dropped down into 7th now and I'm chasing an old man, but I've lost the fight with Ginetta now. There was an unfortunate one towards the end as well, but it was one of those. It was a bit of an odd one. Felt like it shouldn't have happened, but it did. It was just a tiny bit of contact as well, but on this game, tiny bit of contact actually, if you've got the car loaded up, it's enough to spin it. It's like touring cars. If you ever watch British touring cars, if you're loaded up through a corner and someone touched your rear end, you'll see it in race 2 as well. I had a little moment, I did it on someone, managed to rectify it so they didn't spin, but yeah, you just can't really do anything about it. The rear end just goes on you. So I feel like we got away with that one quite lightly without dropping more positions, to be honest. It wasn't too bad, although it wasn't a great moment, obviously. But holding hands up, I think I was partly to blame on that one. Nearly went too deep and went into the back of me. Well, it did go too deep, but nearly went into the back of me there. I did NxtGen Ultra. Ended up losing a bit more time by the look of it and dropped off the back of me now. So I'm slowly but surely actually catching an old man in front of me here. Comical name some people have. Again, not driving brilliantly. I felt like just watching that back there, just a little bit slow through that section, not carrying as much speed as I could have done, not using the grip to the best of its ability, or the tyre should I say, to use the grip. You know what I mean. We are on the penultimate lap here with as we've got this lap to go across the line, and then it's the final lap. So I've got a little bit more time to try and catch an old man, and if I remember rightly, I think I got pretty close at the end. I can't remember. I didn't watch right to the end. I've watched most of this back, but not this bit. It didn't look like I was going to do anything, but I think if I remember rightly, it was pretty close over the line. Close whether we'll get another lap in or not. 30 seconds to go, coming towards the end of the lap. Last corner now coming up. Yeah, we do. On to the final lap, crossing the start finish line, and we've got the hunt to get the old man. Look at this behind as well. The race is not over for NxtGen Ultra. Not far behind at all. Dipping his nose in here and there as well. Got incredibly close through the entry into that left-hander. Yeah, really good racing. Full credit to everyone. Little incident from beam flicker which I felt was a bit unfair, but other than that it was good racing. Really good stuff. No hard feelings there. It's only racing at the end of the day. It's only a game.
The leader has finished the race.
The leader has finished. We'll catch up with the results in a minute once we cross the line. Lowering this time in, and there we go. There's a little mistake from an old man in the head. Just gets me right up to his rear bumper now with 2 corners to go.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
NxtGen Ultra as well, right on my tail. Had a little mistake through there by the look of it, lost a bit of time. Back on me though on the brakes into the last corner. Can't quite get the run out. And Old Man Ultra keeps it in 6th place for a good final lap. Gets away with that little mistake towards the end, and good racing from NxtGen Ultra as well. So that was a good finish. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. So there we go. We see RV Motorsport won the race. Gnarly Popping second. GT Delaby is our podium. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. See you again soon. Bye for now.